Hello, Lou here. Welcome back to Behind the Jukes. Today we'll be doing some VFX.
California knows how to party. California knows how to party.
Visual effects. I've dabbled in it over the years, I've learned compositing in After Effects, but I've never really delved into creating 3D CGI elements before, especially not animating them. Recently we had an idea to make a little Halo short film. In order to make our Halo film look good in the future, I need to get good at VFX. So this is the first time I'll ever be delving into Blender. I'll be making my own CG elements to use for compositing afterwards later on. So using Blender for the first time, I wanted to start with something simple. Let's blow something up. And what better of a thing to blow up than Kieran's precious Jeep that he's been working so hard on. So starting out in Blender, I imported a 3D CGI Jeep that I found on Sketchfab. It looked a little bit similar, not quite the same, but it'll do for what I needed. With the addition of an easy up tent, I then applied cell fracture, which kind of broke up my 3D models in the way that I needed into. Then I applied my modifiers, starting with force field, and then for the tent, obviously a cloth modifier, just to try and make it move in the way that it should. After adding my animation elements, I really wanted to make it look like this car was exploding, so I had to add a little bit of molten texture on the inside. To make everything collide and move like I needed it to, I had to apply a few different elements, like changing the mass, for example, on the Jeep so that it didn't just fly all over the place, adding a plane to the bottom so that it didn't just fall through the floor, and then obviously my camera so that it matched the original shot. Some problems I had: definitely do not forget to bake your animations, because that can cause you a hell of a lot of problems before you finally put it out to render. So after finally importing my PNG sequence, I could take it into compositing, where I applied all my explosions and all my other elements. After blending all those elements in, I could download my Banshee. To begin with, it was white. I had to retexture it, because anyone who's played Halo knows that a Banshee is fucking purple. So after adding a bit of optical flair just to make it look more realistic, animating, compositing, making sure my ambient occlusion and motion blur is turned on, all my elements are in there. Let's see how it looks. So this is the final result. I think if I was to do it again, I'd go into way more detail on the Jeep itself, break that up into separate parts and apply cell fracture to the separate elements on the 3D model. Obviously as a little practice run, I don't think it matters so much. And there we have it. I'm not 100% happy with how it turned out, but I think if I was to keep going with it and keep learning, it's only going to get better. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to follow us, The Jukes of Cinema and Behind the Jukes, on both YouTube and Instagram. See you next time.
California knows how to party. California knows how to party. California knows how to